Alright, just going to do a little bit of a guide on how to win at Hades 1. There's going to be a little bit of spoilers in this just because that's just the nature of being kind of late in the game. Let's look at the Mirror of Night real quick. Oh, this was a... Did I accidentally not have this?
Maybe this way.
Oh, it doesn't matter because I have Hell mode turned on. You can only heal. You can only heal 2, so that just wasted some darkness. This is a Hell mode file. This is a high difficulty, a bunch of stuff, but we're going to run at like a lower difficulty. I just want to go over some of the builds here. This is, what is this? Yeah, backstab damage. The variant is full health enemies, which I don't think is very useful. This is healing between areas, which you should always take this one. I don't think this one is any good. Death Defiance, pretty obvious. You want Death Defiances. Especially if the thing you're struggling the most with is the last boss or the third boss. It's better to have the 3 Death Defiances as opposed to Stubborn Defiance. Again, especially if it's the last boss that's killing you. So you want to have all 3 of these, hopefully, by the time you get to the final boss, just to have some backup. If you're early in the game, you're not going to have enough darkness for all 3, so just do what you can to hold as many of these as possible. Greater Reflex, this is the second dash. I much prefer it. As far as being safe goes, Greater Reflex is better because you have 2 dashes as opposed to Ruthless Reflex, which gives you more damage. If you're trying to go fast, Ruthless Reflex is better. If you're trying to stay alive, Greater Reflex is better. Boiling Blood, I love Boiling Blood. This is when an enemy has a cast in them, it'll have that little red marker next to them, and when they have the cast inside of them, you do more damage to them. I'm pretty sure all these percentages are additive and not multiplicative, or else it would get pretty out of control pretty fast just from like Shadow Presence plus Boiling Blood plus Privilege Status, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. It's just more damage. That's what matters. Infernal Soul is more casts. I prefer this a lot over Stygian Soul because this gives you nukes. So in smaller rooms, you can just throw all of your casts into one guy and kill them if you need to. Stygian Soul, you recharge your cast instead. Golden Touch, this one's a preference one. Golden Touch, I usually don't go into shops until the end of the run, so I like to take Golden Touch and just get a bunch of money by the end. As long as you take some money early on, this will end up giving you more in the long run. If you like going into shops early, then Deep Pockets is the one you want. So, you know, this is a preference one. Thick Skin, if you're trying to stay alive, take Thick Skin. High Confidence, you do more damage if you haven't taken too much damage. So this is more, do more damage and go fast, but if you're trying to stay alive, Thick Skin is the one that most people are going to take. Privilege Status by far is my favorite Mirror of Night boon. When an enemy has 2 curses on them, they'll have this little star shape icon where it says 40% versus star right there. When they have 2 curses on them, they'll have that icon and they'll take 40% more damage. It's a huge damage buff. The last 3 are all preference, kind of depending on what you prefer to get. I would say Dark Foresight is just outright better than Olympian Favor, because this means you'll get more boons, you'll get the hammers and money and stuff earlier. Olympian Favor will make your boons slightly better. God's Pride, more epic boons. God's Legacy, more legendary. Just kind of depends. But this is totally preference. Depending on what you're trying to build, it could be better one way or another. But if you're just going into runs randomly, doesn't matter that much. And then this one, also preference. I'm one of the few people that prefers Fated Authority. You can change the shape of the room you're going into. Some people prefer Fated Persuasion, which lets you change the boons that you're looking at in front of you. Alright, so that's the Mirror of Night. Let's move in. Again, sorry, there's going to be some spoilers in this just from unlocks and stuff that I've taken. And some of the conversations that some enemies might have. And aspects of weapons, so sorry about that. We're going to take the sword because it is like the standard weapon. Ooh, I do not have upgrades, so we'll just take like the basic sword. I guess I'll spend the time and blood on this. With this file, I specifically only upgraded the aspect that I like the most for every weapon. So you'll see all of these weapons basically just have... oh, this one didn't even get all the way. Still got 32 heat wins though. Aspect of Zeus. This is the most broken aspect in the game. But yeah, let's go into the sword. We'll just do basic. Let's give it a little bit of juice. Level 3, that's fine. And we're going to go in. We're going to focus on Aphrodite and Demeter. So we're going to try to do the standard safe build here. More spoilers. We'll look at the patch here. Let's reset. Let's. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Hold on, we're gonna exit. We're gonna exit this attempt really quick. It's different buttons in Hades 2, so I pressed the wrong one and it just started the run. So let me turn off everything. I guess except for the timer. Alright, we got Aphrodite. We want her on our special. Hopefully that's what she offers to us. Hey, and she gave it epic. That's very nice. Neat trick with the sword. You can start special and then dash, and it'll land where you dash. That's just like... We'll skip Chaos. We'll just do an honest run. Chaos might make us too strong or something. All of our damage right now is on our special, so we'll focus on using our special the most. And then hopefully we, what we really want is to, ooh, wow, you got his attack out. We really want to get, Demeter and Athena. Zeus isn't too bad. We could alter this though. Zeus doesn't offer us too much on the sword, so we'll switch him. We don't want a heart though. Ooh, Athena. Hopefully she gives us Divine Dash, and then we just win the run because we have Divine Dash. But yeah, neat little trick where, yeah, you start your special and then dash immediately after, and the special triggers where you land.
Thank the fates.
I'm skipping a lot of the dialogue stuff, just trying to avoid as much spoilers. Divine Dash, best boon in the game, and it doesn't even need to be leveled up. Divine Dash like this, with no rarity and no levels, is better than 90% of the boons in the entire game. So useful, so much utility. You don't take it because it does damage, so these guys are a little bit annoying. I'm a little bit rusty with Hades 1 as well. I've been playing Hades 2. You notice I'm only dashing once at a time because Hades 2 you only get one dash at a time. You keep upgrading special. I'll take the Trial of the Gods. This might make us a little bit strong here, but that's okay. I'm pretty afraid of Aphrodite's trial. I lose track of where her thing is all the time. We'll take MP inside.
I knew there was a possibility.
Athena's is a little bit more honest and easy to avoid. As long as you play kind of patient, her trial isn't too bad. Almost got hit there. I really think the sword is quite weak as a weapon, especially early on. Like, not a lot of boons make it incredibly powerful. The hammers are fairly weak compared to a lot of the other weapons as well. It's just pretty slow. It's gonna make him invincible, so now we have to wait. There we go. We want Exposed is the name of her curse. Yes, this one. So this is going to give us 2 curse. So this will give us privileged status from Aphrodite's weak plus blinding flash will give us exposed. There's Artemis. Yeah, I don't want Zeus, so we'll take Artemis. We want her cast preferably. Now we don't necessarily even need Demeter for the I forgot how this guy works. Should have waited on my dash. Oh, he's not trying to backstab me. There we go. A little bit of rust from playing too much Hades 2. Let's see. There's her cast, there's her call. Both of these are great. We'll take her cast first. They're both good, but I'll be able to use her cast more often, which I haven't even been using. Again, just different mechanics in this game compared to the second one. Okay, hit by that trap. He's blocking my cast here.
No.
Just clear through these rooms. Divine Dash coming in. Like even the reflected shots do like a pretty good amount of damage against those guys. Normally I would take this one. Pretty powerful. I don't need the hit points that much. This is pretty useful. I'll probably forget to use the companion. And there's a chance if you're early on in the game you might not have the companions unlocked, so maybe I'll just avoid using it altogether. I might just not use them because I forgot to. These enemies have so little HP that casting is not all that important with them, but get these. Zeus really wants to hang out, but his call is pretty good, so maybe he'll offer his call here.
What is it now?
Wretches, take him now.
Oh, that's another reason I like taking the time limit pact thing, because you don't have to do these. They're disabled when you have the time limit thing turned on. The more of these guys you kill during these trials, the more money you make. So it is nice to kill a bunch of them, but actually less spawn if you don't kill that many of them. If you're trying to play safe, you can just try to run away instead. And you'll have to deal with less enemies. I don't know how much money I made from that. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, there is a reward for killing a lot of them, but it gets riskier and riskier because more keep summoning in. Well, he gave me Zeus's aid, so we'll take that. It's pretty good. That's like the only Zeus boon that I think is good when you have a slow weapon like the sword. There's Thanatos. This is another time trial thing, so this is a very slow opening act. I have huge AoE, so we can probably beat him with this. All my damage is in my special, so that's what I'm spamming. I don't really have anything for my attack. I can Divine Dash a little bit here for some of these witches. It's cool to get something like Athena like on your special with the sword too. We beat his ass, so that's nice. Bunch of hit points, pretty nice.
No way.
Do I have to talk to him? No, okay. Something like Nemesis Crest is pretty nice. If you can get some of these kind of power-ups in the last region and carry them into the last boss, you can get a huge damage spike. Another benefit of taking Aphrodite is I think she has the highest scaling on her her increase in percentages. Like, we'll look at it in a second, but where's this guy? Oh, well, it'll show it. Oh no, it doesn't show it because she didn't offer. The only thing I care about is the damage on the 8. But yeah, there's 185%. It is epic, so I got pretty lucky on the rarity. But Aphrodite does a huge percentage increase in damage. So she's just consistent and reliable as far as damage increase goes.
Delicious.
And let's make it go up more.
Oh, yes.
Could be a spoiler here, in case you haven't fought the alternate.
I knew it.
Is my favorite one. She's the hardest one in my opinion, but I also just like her the most.
I just like to...
Alright, we'll skip the dialogue to avoid spoiling too much. I forget exactly how they all fight. So I'm going to be playing a little bit risky, but we want to do a lot of damage to her. Divine Dash just doing a bunch for us. On phase 3, put the cast back inside her. Doing a ton of damage. It's just like stacking all this DPS against her. I'm not really respecting that that flash attack that she's doing, so I'm taking a lot of damage from that fight, but killing them fast is more important than like worrying too much about getting hit. The longer you worry about getting hit, the more likely you are to get hit. So just try to kill them. You'll get the fountain in between rooms anyway. So we're back to full. We'll do the build that I like to promote as like the safe build anyway. So we'll take Demeter. She is very, very likely to give us the attack because that's the only unslotted boon that we have open right now. Now everybody's favorite region, Asphodel, where the floor is lava. There's a fishing point. We're gonna skip it just to piss everyone off. I don't need it. This is a spare file that I'm not really doing a completionist thing with. It's just a difficulty challenge file. These guys get a little bit more tanky, so you'll want to ooh, actually hit me. You'll want to put cast in them if it comes down to it. That you're like hitting them a lot. Oh, okay, survived. Blue guys are pretty annoying when you don't have a ranged attack. Let's see. Oh, there's our hammer. Let's see if we get something good. I think the sword has pretty weak hammers, but we'll see what it offers. Hopefully, I think there's one that gives you 2 special attacks. That's what we're really looking for. God, I hate Asphodel. Where'd he go? Yeah, Divine Dash, just the little things that it does are really great. I guess we'll take Supernova. Yeah, we don't need Dash Nova. We do it anyway. Sturdy is an underrated like status effect. Taking slightly less damage adds up over time, but we'll take Supernova here. Extra range and slightly more damage. Hermes is very, very strong, so we'll go for him as well. Getting extra dashes from him is my favorite thing. There's a lot of things Hermes can offer that are strong though. Oh, there he is. These blue guys weren't in the game during beta, and when they got added to the game later, they just like kicked everyone's ass because no one knew what their attack patterns were. Asphodel just sucks. The enemies are so not fun to deal with. The arenas are just really annoying. There's lava everywhere. He gave us an extra dash. This one again is also good. Hyper Sprint is my second favorite, but we'll take Greatest Reflex. I like having the extra dashes. Very powerful in this game. We'll skip the shop. And that's just kind of my playstyle where I skip the shops. If you're trying for better times, you want to take the shops. We got the Gorgon Head. Cast in her, reflective thing. Really don't want to get turned to stone, but I forget exactly when her attack pattern like comes out, so I don't know when she's gonna be throwing rocks at me. Yeah, definitely stone. She's being very, very annoying and flying over the lava. Alright, annoying fight, but not a difficult one.
Is that the bloodlight?
And then she gave us attack. So we'll be able to stack up chill. The sword is not the greatest at stacking status effects, but we get a little bit off of it. Demeter also does a ton of damage. She has a huge amount of damage scaling as well. Her and Aphrodite are just like disproportionately like too useful in this game for like what they offer.
Come meet my blade.
you get a curse immediately with them, and they also have huge numbers on their percentage scaling. So this guy before he rises. See some blue guys out here. Getting back into the rhythm of how to play Hades 1 here. I'll take the Palm of Power. Could take the hit points here. I would recommend most people take the hit points here, but we'll just take the Palm. I don't plan on getting hit too much. But yeah, these guys, they have more hit points, so if you put a cast in them, they'll die a little faster. You'll see as they die too, I like to dash under them just to nullify their like little death rattle move where they throw the bombs in the air, just so that it couldn't possibly hit me later. We'll take the cast here. I'm not using attack for very much damage, but my cast does pretty good damage and it can critical hit, so we'll take it for that. Sweet Surrender. I love Sweet Surrender. Life Affirmation is also good, but yeah, Sweet Surrender. Extra damage on enemies that are weak. Got the Hydra. I'm just going to throw one cast in him because I want them for the other heads. Can't reflect those, unfortunately. It's an annoying move. Have to kind of avoid the lava. I got hit. 19 damage too. Nothing to laugh about with how much damage it does. I'm just going to use one tier of this. I think Zeus's call is kind of like, you can save it, but it just makes it last longer, as opposed to like Aphrodite's or Artemis, which kind of do a ton more damage if you store it all the way up. Not a cast somehow. I do not know where my casts are. Now they finally flip back to me. Throw all our casts inside of him. Trigger Zeus. Avoid the triple. Trigger Zeus. He's dead. I am still forgetting. I did outright just forget to use the Chthonic Companion, so we're just going to continue to forget that they exist. We didn't get full healing. That's okay. Now we can kind of take whatever we want. We have the build that we want here. We don't need any other benefits really. We could take the coin purse. The coin purse gives us money, you know, across the rest of the run, so we'll take that. Centaur Soul. This is a great item. We can take the Centaur Soul. Other stuff we don't really need. Now this region I think is considerably harder than Asphodel, but it's less annoying in my opinion. There's a couple things that can be annoying here, but we're going to skip that fish. I heard it. We're going to skip. We're going to rock right past that fish. Almost got hit by that guy. Chariots are very annoying, especially with the sword. Blow them up. Do your best to get behind them and attack them from behind. When they have armor, it's even more annoying. With these guys, the little mini guys, dash from one side of a wall to another, and they'll blow themselves up without hitting you. What are they called? They have a name. I forget what they're called. You can also just throw your cast at them.
Power of Olympus. Yes.
Stronger attack. We'll take Sweet Surrender, level up. What we got over here? Hammer. Hopefully we get the double Nova, whatever it's called. It might be called Double Nova. Yeah, this guy's gonna be nice.
How's that?
We're very strong though. This is so far a pretty good run. Flame wheels, is that what they're called? I think they're called flame wheels. Oh, I did not see that guy. Missed him entirely. Throw a cast to kill the flame wheels. Also, having Artemis cast means I don't have to aim it. They'll just go straight to the thing. Yep, it is called Double Nova. Very nice. And then another Hermes. Yellow flame wheels. So we want to get their attention. Then just dash over a wall. They'll blow themselves up. Then make sure. Divine Dash comes in so clutch against these witches too. Could you just do that? The butterfly ball over here I didn't see. I'm a little afraid of that arrow hitting me because of where that guy was standing.
On my authority.
Attack is faster. Oh, there's Hyper Sprint. Love Hyper Sprint. Let's go here just for the healing. Normally, you kind of take him only if you're in a pinch, but I want to get my hit points back. We're gonna skip the dialogue here. Kiss of Styx Premium is so nice. If you got your ass kicked going into the run, it's nice to have this for the back end of the run. But we'll take the Hydra Light just to get our hit points back. Normally, Cyclops Jerky is pretty good. We're usually using our special for damage though, so it doesn't benefit us that much. It's still good, but I came in here for hit points, so we'll take some hit points. Let's see what Athena has for us. Maybe a duo boon or something. There's going to be a boss room or a sub boss room. We got the butterfly ball and Asterius. I'm not good at doing this room anymore. We'll see how we do. I put all my casts inside of him. Almost dead. Try to avoid spawning as many warriors as possible. We might have gotten away with no warriors. Nice. Fight actually went pretty good. Stubborn Roots is great. So normally I would recommend, taking whatever. Stubborn Roots is a really strong boon. I'm not going to use it in this run. I do not plan on using any of my Death Defies, so I'm probably not going to take it here. Normally you would want to take this. It's very strong. Getting the little bit of life regeneration is, over time, adds up quite a bit. For now, we'll take Bronze Skin. This will just make it so I probably do not lose my Death Defies. Here, you take the Heart or the Gold. This gave me a fountain. So I definitely didn't need Patroclus to buff me up. But we took him as a safety. Artemis gets to pierce the shield, guys. Pretty cool. It's hard to tell what they're all facing, so it's a little risky standing in between them like this. Kind of want to let them attack and then dash. But we got him. Oh, it's a flame wheel. Lots of damage. Lots of guys. Holy cow, that's a lot of dudes. Sword guys, especially armored sword guys, are really scary. They're fast. They have like an escape attack that is hard to not get hit by. Taking some damage, so that that Hydra Light that Patroclus gave us actually will be useful. See, look at the scaling. It's another 20%, but my cast is also a good option. It's fine. Could take the trial. Let's look at this real quick. Extra backstab damage is pretty nice. I still have Patroclus's Hydrolite, so we don't need to buy the one from the fountain. Let's just keep it fast. I'm not going to take the trial. Normally I would because it'll give you a bunch of benefits, but up here it's a little bit risky, honestly. Here we won't even need to attack because Divine Dash is overpowered. We could attack, but this is just funnier. Come on, buddy. Yep.
My soul's fastidious.
Ooh, I fucked that up so bad. I fucked that up so bad. Oh my god. There's a chariot up here too. Alright. Yeah, armored chariot is pretty scary with the sword. We're gonna try to break that armor. There we go. Trim's still going, huh? Alright, I'm done fucking around. It's a pretty ugly room though, with all these armored chariots, the witches, and the butterfly balls. Without Divine Dash, this room is even scarier. Just kill this chariot if we can. Got hit by that one. We got a little careless and got hit a bunch, but ooh, Smoldering Air is actually pretty good with Zeus's boon. So is Jolted, but I don't need more status effects. Yeah, we're gonna take Smoldering Air. It's really good with Zeus's. Hey, more hit points. Wow, I still have the Hydrolite, so we're almost back to full. Gold. All right, let's go beat Theseus's ass.
Gentlemen.
It's Theseus, right? Did I mess up his name? Yeah, it is Theseus. Okay. I like to kill Asterius first. I think it's easier because, oh, we're gonna do which one is that? But Asterius generally tries to chase you down more, so he's always on your ass. So I just prefer to attack Asterius first. Forgot about that move. We're taking a lot of damage, but a lot of the things that are like reducing their damage output are occurring. Like I have Sturdy, I have we're gonna do the duo. I'm mashing dash there because I saw Asterius was attacking, so I didn't get hit by a spin move. Well, I'm surprised that hit me though. I thought it was behind the pillar. I was gonna call. Now normally I would use my companion at this point. I've decided I didn't want to use the companion this round, so we won't. But usually I skip his god phase just by using all of my spells, like right now. Usually it's like a full god call plus the Chthonic companion, and I just remove the god phase from the fight altogether. But we'll get most of our hit points back, and it'll be okay. Kind of why I'm more in favor of just trying to hit the bosses as hard as possible. We'll take the Acorn here. The Spear Point is also pretty incredible, especially in this region because it'll nullify poison damage. Actually, just for the sake of showing it off, we'll take the Spear Point. At higher difficulties, the Spear Point is just better than the Acorn as well. But yeah, we'll take the Spear Point here. We don't do it. Don't be afraid to take the Wells of Charon. Like the attack does more damage, special does more damage, backstab does more damage. Things like that are all pretty good. And if they make you get through regions faster and safer, then they're worth the investment. We're just gonna see what we've got here. We have a ton of money, so because I never went to any shops, we can invest right away here. Specialist Faster's pretty good. Second Wind is also incredible, but we're not gonna worry about it. Specialist Faster's nice. Yeah. There's Jolted. Clouded Judgment, I want even more though. We're gonna be able to summon Zeus all the time. And there's Jolted again. Now might be the time. Oh no, Billowing Strength. Yeah. So I'm glad we got Zeus on our call because that's the only thing he's really useful for on the sword. On other weapons, he's better for other things, but on the sword, the call is the only thing I want. But then he gave me all the modifiers, and that's very, very strong. We'll take this. More special damage. Exposed damage, I think, will add up the most, so we'll take Exposed. We're not really doing much backstabbing because I'm so focused on the special, but it'll add up. We'll take both of the skull rooms first here. Hopefully we get something like Support Fire. I don't think any of those enemies that I just fought have backstabs. The satyrs do, but yeah, I don't think you can actually backstab these guys. I don't think they have backs. Same thing with the snake things. We'll rip through these rooms, though, especially with all the stuff that Zeus just gave us. These snake statues are annoying because you have to kind of go back and forth like that to avoid them from summoning their lasers.
Something I need.
Sure, we'll take a couple of these here. We have the money.
Can't quite get acclimated to this smell.
There's Divine Dash coming in big for this guy because when he gets Mash Dash on him. And you see he did poison me, but it didn't trigger because it was the first damage I took, so the acorn prevented it from hurting me.
A boon.
So I was able to heal the poison before it even ticked any damage. Heartrend is pretty great if you land the crit. Yeah, we'll take Heartrend. It's pretty strong. I'm not doing that very much critical damage just because the only crit I can do is on my cast. It's still good though. We'll take the Long Strength here. All of those were good options. We're just choosing one of them. Demeter. Just avoid the bomb. Moving on. Hopefully we get a 2 hallway here and don't have to stick around here for too long. Be wary of the traps. And again, the acorn saving us from a lot of poison damage there. We'll see, like, Divine Dash also doing... Oh, wow, we did get a 2 hallway. Hell yes. Let's see what she's got for us. There's Stubborn Roots again, pretty good. Snowburst is amazing. It's one of the few things that you can get that apply a status effect without you having to put it in a slot. This works with your cast, but doesn't take up your cast slot, which is kind of crazy. Ravenous Will is also amazing. I think we'll actually utilize Ravenous Will more in this case because I do have chill on my attack. So I already do have my chill effect. In this case, as much as I was talking up Snowburst, Ravenous Will is going to give me more in this circumstance. Alright, so I don't need the other hallways. Let's just go kill our dad. We'll try to skip as much dialogue as possible here. Again, sorry about any spoilers that we might reveal.
Oh, hi, Father.
Very high mark energy. Okay, skip. I only said one thing next. Alright, let's talk about Hades here. That move is fast. That stab move is fast, so you have to react quick to it. I have 3 dashes, so I can kind of spam. Generally, you want to dash through him. And now I have him like super super slow from my chill. So it's a lot easier to deal with how fast his animations are. Again, this is why I recommend Demeter. Oh, there's a chain guy. And I'm not using my call. I should be using my call. Generally, you kind of just want to watch him and then like dash into him twice. That was poorly timed. I got lucky that didn't hit me. But yeah, just wait him out, and then that time I got too greedy. I was pressing too many attacks. Trying to get rid of these skulls. You can leave them if you're confident about dashing through the skull leftovers, like the I shouldn't have killed that one for the example. I'll leave this one. We'll show the blast thing that the skull does. If you're confident about getting through this every time, then you can leave them. But if a lot of them are on the screen, it gets out of control pretty fast, so. The invincibility from dashing is just so powerful, plus Hermes gave me an extra dash, so getting to spam 3 of them whenever it looks like Hades is doing anything is really powerful. Careful of these things. You're gonna dash away from them. Learning that pattern is important. He throws 2 skulls and then does a spear dash at you. So just wait for the 2 skulls, try not to get hit by them, and then dash through them. He is a skill check boss, though. You can get strong, and you can skip a lot of it by just being like way too strong. But Hades 2 changed this quite a bit because you can get absurdly powerful in Hades 2. But in Hades 1, you have to fight the bosses for the most part. There's a few builds that are like crazy broken, but in Hades 1, you do have to you have to do the fight. There's lasers. You can get up next to him. I kind of fucked it up by attacking wrong, but yeah, you can get inside those lasers and hit him. See him. You know, if I stand still. You don't get hit. You can do some attacks and avoid the lasers altogether. But yeah, this fight's basically over. You stand behind the pillar. You can stand next to him. Yeah, it's going to kill him. So that's the Hades fight. That's generally the build. I got hit a few times trying to show some stuff. I got hit a few times being lazy and careless, but for the most part, not too much damage. Oh, let's skip from this. And we'll show the victory screen, go over the build really quick.
Yes.
We got the boons we wanted for the most part. I got very lucky getting Aphrodite in the right spot right at the start. Let's take off these pins here. What the hell? Why is this pinned? I didn't use it a single time. I got pretty lucky with this. Now, granted, I would have waited until she offered me a special. Like, I would have kept re-rolling to find Aphrodite. But yes, I got pretty lucky getting Heartbreak Flourish here right at the start, and it was epic. So admittedly, that did speed up the run a lot. I would have played it pretty much the same either way, but getting this at a high rarity on the right thing very early was pretty lucky. You'll find, as long as you're patient with the gods, they'll generally give you the stuff you want eventually. Sometimes they won't, but for the most part, they behave, and you'll get the slotted boons that you need. But the key components of this build are these two. Then getting Artemis where I wanted her to be without even using her trinket was very nice. And then, of course, taking Divine Dash means you get to win. You could ignore the other 3, honestly. This is what wins the game. Take Divine Dash and win the game. But, yeah, those are going to be the key components. Zeus's Aid is just like the icing on top of the cake there. We got a lot of the other things that made our damage go up because of Zeus's benefit. There are a couple other things that were useful, but for the most part, this is kind of the general idea of a build that you want here. Again, because chill and weak are inflicted immediately, you don't have to get another thing, as opposed to, where is it, blinding flash. To get Athena's curse, you have to take a second boon, whereas with Demeter and Aphrodite, they both scale very high pretty quickly and give you their curse immediately. For your attack and special, they deal weak and chill as soon as you touch them. You don't have to get a second boon that also does it, whereas like with Divine Dash, you have to get, Divine Dash or any of the other Athena things, and then also get a second boon that also gives you the curse. There's a few others that are like that. They're kind of missing me. Zeus and Poseidon are both like Athena. I can't remember. Zeus gives you Jolted. Poseidon, I forget what his is called. I don't like Poseidon that much in this game. He's a fan favorite. Most people like Poseidon quite a bit. I prefer every other god over Poseidon pretty much. I don't think Dio is all that good because I think Demeter just does Dio's job better and does more damage. But yeah, I'm not a Poseidon enjoyer, but I understand why people like Poseidon. I'm just not one of those people. But yeah, those are some of the Hades build theories. Especially if you're just trying to win, you can kind of build something like this every time and be pretty confident that you'll win. If you do Poseidon, you can do Poseidon's Dash is pretty good. Poseidon on some of the things that attack multiple times is pretty good. There's a build with one of the bow aspects where you take Poseidon and Zeus and get their duo, and it's very, very powerful, but it's harder to get going. As opposed to this, you just need two gods. You just need Demeter and Aphrodite. This is a core component of the build, and that's all you need. Anyway, thanks for watching.